Some guys were, this time it wasn't archaeologists, it was Egyptians trying to dig for fertilizer. And they went to this place near a cave, and they found in a jar real ancient manuscripts of Luke and John, and then another one of John, then another one of 1st, 2nd Peter, and Jude. They found all these. And the story goes, they didn't know what it was. It was Greek, and they were hungry, so they sold it for $50 to an antiquities dealer. And then the antiquities dealer sold it to a man named Martin Bodmer in Geneva, Switzerland. And I've been there also to see those manuscripts. Well, all of these discoveries were phenomenal for the New Testament. But then for the Old Testament, the Dead Sea Scrolls. And I think you all know the story, right? There's a couple of kids walking by these caves, and they were pitching stones into the caves, and they heard it plink. They heard it hit something. So the older brother sent his younger brother to crawl up into one of those caves and find out what was going on. And he went in there, and inside this vase that was given the plink sound, there was a copy of Isaiah 200 BC. And again, they didn't know what it was. They couldn't read Hebrew, so they sold it for about $150 to an antiquities dealer, and then the whole thing took off. Cave after cave, up to 11 caves, they found manuscripts of the Dead Sea Scrolls. Prior to that time, the earliest copies of the Old Testament were around 800 AD. Codex Leningrad, Codex Aleppo, they were 800 AD. When they found the Dead Sea Scrolls, they found manuscripts that were 1,000 years earlier. So it took them quite a while to go through all of it and get it published, the Dead Sea Scrolls. They didn't all get published until the 1980s and the 1990s. So tremendous discoveries. You can call the 20th century the century of Bible discoveries. It was phenomenal what was going on.